First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to Fox 12 Now. There it is, a live look at Newport, Oregon. And I got to say, the weather looks pretty nice down there. And there's going to be a lot of people heading into that town over this weekend. And thank you for joining us. Let me just go ahead and zoom myself in here for a slow pan as we kind of add some effects. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and of course our website and our apps. And so thank you for joining us. Fox 12 Now is here every weekday. We have all kinds of different content and segments that we cover, but right now we are going to be talking about the Newport Seafood and Wine Festival, the 47th annual festival starting today. And so I was able to speak to Heather Hatton and Lauren Pahl, Heather from Chinook, Lauren from Newport, to talk about the festival and all the work that they've been putting in to get this going and to make this happen. And I asked them specifically about the history of it to start off. And so of note as well, they're actually, this is from yesterday. So when you hear a reference tomorrow, they're talking about today. So this was recorded on Wednesday, but they are talking about the, talking about getting everything together. They're there on site as things were still being put together. And on top of that, it's a little bit of a cell phone issue. So there may be a little delay in between each question and response, but still really great to have them on. So let's just go right to it now. Here are Heather and Lauren.
Yeah, it's our 47th year. And so we've partnered with the Newport Chamber for the last 15 years because it's so important to our county. And it's just grown so much because before I joined Chinook, I was a volunteer here for years. And it's just an opportunity for really the entire county to showcase what we all have to offer for guests from outside the county and inside the county. So it's grown so much. This tent is 3 to 4 times the size that it used to be, when it first started. So it's just been such a huge opportunity for the entire, for the north end and the south end to get together and showcase what we've got here in Lincoln County.
Well, and it's so many people just, from the coast being there, but also from all over the state and beyond, I would imagine. You're talking about it growing. I mean, it's got to be a lot of people coming in from all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think, and Lauren could probably answer to this, but at our booth, we have so many people coming through Montana, Minnesota, the international travel. They find the culinary here, the wine. We've added more breweries to it, or the beer to it. And so it's just become this, kind of showcase in February where it's, low traffic months, which is, in the wintertime, it's really nice for us to have this for the county.
And, talking about that for the county and for the people there along the coast, for Newport and the whole entire Lincoln County, what does that mean for the community to be able to have something like this where you have people coming in and you mentioned that rejuvenating things and bringing people in during these off months?
I think it's super important, especially right now in kind of the colder, darker season. All of our hotels book out for this festival. Restaurants are booked out with reservations. It just brings a little bit of life and kind of a slower time on the coast. So a lot of our community is really appreciative of it for that little boost. And it's just fun to bring people in and see everyone just excited to be here. And yeah, it's just a really special time for everybody.
Right. I mean, you can't have a bad time at something like this. I mean, it's designed to have a good time at. And, to that extent, though, with the community, it kind of seems like, as you mentioned, like the hotels are filled up, but I'm sure that expands even beyond that, just to the entire county, to where economically, I would imagine this is a good boom for the area.
Exactly right. I mean, all up and down the coast, people, hotels are booked out in Newport, so people are going up to Lincoln City and staying at the casino. People are staying in Yachats. People are all up and down the coast. It's just a boost everywhere.
And they bring their RVs. And so not only are hotel rooms and there's vacation rentals, but the RV sites are all booked. I mean, it really expands out to that. And then it goes to all the small businesses because I'm from obviously Lincoln City. We are busy during this time. And so we appreciate the festival. And that's why we partnered so many years ago.
And yeah, just, bringing everybody together with that. Well, let's talk about the festival itself. You mentioned that it's grown over the years, so, and there's more breweries, but let's get into that for a little bit. So what can people expect from the Newport Seafood and Wine Festival?
Well, this year we're kind of trying to bring a new energy to the already existing electric energy here. We focused really hard on bringing the seafood aspects back to the Seafood and Wine Festival. So there's going to be a lot more seafood here this year. We're hosting, excuse me, a seafood chowder competition. So we have, I think, 9 vendors that are competing in that. Doesn't have to be clam chowder, just any chowder. We're bringing in some local chefs to judge on Thursday, but then we're also doing a people's choice. So people can go around, taste a bunch of chowder, and then you get bragging rights, but you also get a cash prize if you win first, second, or third.
Nice. I would imagine that's. I mean, it's fun for everybody, but I imagine the competitors it gets a little bit rough. I imagine it during that, once the competition really starts.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to be fun is that, I agree with Lauren that the amount of seafood and the chowder cook-off, I think, is going to be a big hit with the live music. Like, that's the other thing. We've got Curtis Alvarado, Ty Curtis, Hectic Week, Sonny Hess. So they've added so much more texture to this year's festival that if you have not gone before, you need to come. And if you have come before and you're like, I've already been there, it's a totally different vibe. And I think that's what has been really kind of cool about this year and us being involved with that. Like, it's neat to see all these, as a sponsor, to see them put all these different layers into this year's festival. It is something that is going to be new for people who have come every year for 47 years and somebody who's never come before. Yeah.
I mean, it's seafood, wine, music, all of that. And then we should mention, too, that just behind you right now, so you're still in the setup phase when we're talking right now. So that's like an active construction zone, basically.
Yeah. Today's the first day that the vendors are able to come set up. So we're getting a lot of people coming in. The energy is really great. The vendors will come here tomorrow, and we start Thursday at 5.
Thursday at 5, yeah. So
for us,
oh, go ahead, Heather. I know there's.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I think for the vendors, sorry. But for the vendors, I think it's fun because we get to see each other once a year. And so I love that it's a family atmosphere too. And so for us, when we're setting up our craps table and putting all the fun stuff out for Chinook Wins, we have different vendors and the volunteers. They come by our booth and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so great to have everybody back. And that's the other cool energy, is that everybody is just so supportive of each other. But it's a family, it's like a reunion. Yeah. And so that's the cool part.
So you guys are working really hard at this, but also having your own party basically at the same time in a reunion.
Yeah, exactly. We do.
That's awesome. Well, for everybody out there, you mentioned when it starts. So, and that it changes every year, and you've added all these elements in. What is the experience that you want somebody to have if they're coming there for the first time this year?
It's a great question. I think, kind of to Heather's point, like, there's been some vendors here that have been here since they started their business 30 years ago. So it just feels like a family, and you're not an outsider when you come in here. Everyone is smiling, everyone's having fun, and there's just, I don't know, there's an electric energy. And so we want people to come and feel that and understand that it is good for our community, and we're happy to have everybody here. So I think,
yeah, I mean, I think that's what the Seafood and Wine Festival is about. It's about bringing back to your own community. Like, I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to go back and visit. Like, that was the coolest experience, and that they book it already for next year. Like, that's, go out and take a picture that has the bridge right over there, take a selfie up by the stage, find your favorite booth and share it. And so I think there's memories being made here. And so that's what needs to happen. And I think that if you go into it with that thought process of like, I'm going to make memories today, that's what we want, I think.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I mean, that's, it's an Oregon tradition, obviously, and this is a tradition every year, and it sounds like it just keeps growing and growing. So amazing to have it there. And for everybody out there too, let's recap when this happens and how they can participate and join in.
Sure. So the festival starts Thursday from 5 to 9. And then it goes through Sunday. You can purchase 1 or 4 tickets online at seafoodandwine.com. Or you can just show up here and buy a ticket at the door and come check it out. And maybe you buy a wristband and come back the next day. But yeah.
Yeah, I think, and for those who really want to get a taste of it, I mean, Saturday is going to sell out, I think, pretty quickly, if it's not already. But Sunday is a really great day to test it out. Tomorrow night is a fun for locals. Friday and Saturday are definitely the party days, and they're really fun. But when we say party days, it's very controlled. They've got great security. They make sure that they're, looking at the pours and making sure that things are safe. And so that's the other thing that this festival does such a good job of, is that they partner with the local police department. They have a security team. So it's just a really good vibe. But if they want to come Saturday, I would say get your tickets now and look online.
Yeah. And we also offer free shuttle bus throughout the festival. So you don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about monitoring your taste of the wine. Free shuttle bus throughout the whole entire thing that goes up and down all through Newport to all the hotels.
Nice. And I mean, bringing back what you just mentioned, the security and having, the local organizations involved, it's all part of that community effort, and having everybody show up and have a good time. I mean, it's awesome. So congratulations on, I know it starts tomorrow from when we're talking right now, but I mean, that's a lot of work I would imagine that you've been putting into this. So congratulations on getting to this point.
We're excited. We're ready to welcome people.
I guess it is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow, yeah.
Awesome. Well, Heather and Laura, thank you so much, very much, for joining us here. Really, really appreciate it. And have a great festival.
We appreciate it.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
All right. So when they were saying tomorrow, they mean today. Today being Thursday, this is the start of the Newport Seafood and Wine Festival. So it starts at 5 p.m. this evening if you are watching live, and goes throughout the weekend. So thank you very much for joining us again. Fox 12 Now, that is what you're watching. I'm Greg Nibbler. And what we're going to be doing right now is heading back over to the website and the apps. If you're already there, then you don't need to go anywhere else. But if you're on Facebook and YouTube, that's where I'm going to be heading over. We've got a different segment that we do there, taking a look at some of the videos that we have throughout the day that we receive here as a news organization that maybe don't fit into a different segment or may not be a full news story, but things that we want to share with you. We can watch them together. So that's coming up over, again, on the website and the apps. I'll be there in just a few minutes to do that. So good time to download the Fox 12 Oregon app on whatever device you have. And in just a little bit further than that, around still scheduled for 3:24 p.m., NASA and Intuitive Machines is going to be attempting to put a lander on the moon for the first time in 50 years for a U.S.-based organization. And we're going to carry that live. We also just did an interview earlier with NASA, with a NASA executive. So a lot happening here with Fox 12 Now today. And if there's breaking news, we'll come in with that too. So bottom line, just stick watching where you're at. Unless you're on Facebook and YouTube, I'll be back there in a little while, but head over to the website and the apps. All right, I'm Greg Nibbler. This